Howdy, folks. I'm a lime green jello with little mini marshmallows on top.
I'm Amber and also horrified.
And here's even more little mini marshmallows and even more. It's all vegetarian for Amber, for Amber's sake. All right, folks. Our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Yelling at My Girlfriend After She Outed My Son? I'm a 31-year-old male, and my girlfriend is 29, and we've been together for a year. And she met my son, a 13-year-old male, a month ago. He warmed up to her pretty quickly, and she started spending the night frequently. My son's best friend, a 14-year-old male, stayed the night Thursday night since they didn't have school, and my girlfriend didn't have to work, so she was home with them. Since then, I noticed that he had been quiet, but he wouldn't tell me what was wrong. Tonight, after dinner, she asked my son if there was anything that he would like to tell me. He didn't reply. So she literally says, "Do you think your dad would like to know that you're gay?" He immediately burst into tears and left the table. I told her to get out of my house and to never talk or go near my son again. As she was walking out, trying to apologize, I told her that she had no right to do that to him at all, before slamming the door on her. I found my son in his room, sobbing. It took a little bit of coaxing for him to open his door, but when he finally did, he apologized. He apologized for being gay and begged me not to hate him. I reassured him that I will always love him, and that got him to calm down. It turns out that she caught my son kissing his friend goodbye Friday afternoon, and they've been a couple now for the last 5 months. 2 hours ago, I've gotten Facebook messages from both her dad and her brother calling me a terrible person and overreacting. They told me that I had no right to treat her like that or to break up with her over something so minor. I decided not to argue and just blocked all 3 of them. As I've calmed down, I've started to feel bad. She was crying pretty hard as I yelled, but I didn't care at the time. I was just so mad when she revealed something so personal that he wasn't ready to share. Am I the jerk? All right, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk. Well, usually yelling is not like the best way to respond to things. It was a bad situation. You know, she outed your son when he wasn't ready, and I think the important thing was comforting your son and getting her out of the situation so it didn't get worse.
Yeah, I can understand why he's upset. I think the yelling part is not really a great way to handle a situation. I can certainly understand why he blew up like that. And I would just make sure that this isn't something like a bigger issue with rage or something like that. Because if it is, then that might be like therapy or something.
Well, OP's the one who yelled, not the son.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Like if OP's has a problem with rage or problem like yelling and stuff like that, then that's not good either. So I would definitely make sure that this is just kind of a very one-time flash in the pan type of thing. I don't think she was right at all to out your son.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's the thing, is like it was his private business and he should have been able to tell OP when he felt the time was right. It's very clear that he was very afraid, you know, and it's really unfortunate that he was so concerned that OP would stop loving him over this, and hopefully, you know, OP can help build a supportive community for him where he feels safe to be open.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm glad that his son realizes now that his dad is on his side and isn't going to reject him because of this. And I mean, I think that's a very real fear for many people who are, you know, realize that they're gay. And I think that that's a very tragic thing because it's something that happens a lot. So I'm glad that OP accepts their sons and loves their son, because that's a really good thing. And it's really unfortunate that his ex-girlfriend did this, because that could have been a very traumatizing situation. And then especially like what happens if OP was not such a good person, right? I mean, in that case, then the son might have been rejected, and it would have been actually really harmful.
Making him unsafe. Well, in her attitude, it sounds like she might not necessarily have been open to this, like, oh, it's important, your dad knows this thing. Again, like, what she did was wrong. It shows that she's not a safe person to be around him, so I think OP made the right choice.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the important thing is that OP needs to keep their son safe, and if somebody in their life is going to violate their boundaries and force them to make them feel unsafe, then that's really not a good place to be. So I think that OP is good for breaking up with them. So Anyhow, take care and good luck. And Dong87 says, not the jerk, good job, and you're a great dad. The way that he was sobbing, it sounds like she made him believe that he was wrong for being gay. You did the right thing by protecting your child from that.
Yeah, that's important. I couldn't figure out how to say that, but that's kind of like what I was wondering about too, was she part of the reason why he was so afraid of coming out?
Yeah, and if she was, that's actually really horrible. And Crazy Hack says, ding, ding, ding. Then she laid it on. Either you tell him or I do. Poor kid. Breaks my heart for him. Great job, OP, protecting your son, not the jerk. All right, folks, our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Not Wanting to Be Woke Up in the Middle of the Night to Make My Husband Food or Rub Him? No. Next letter. Lately, my husband has been waking me up between 1 and 3 a.m. because he's hungry or wants a rub, back or arm rub. I hate being woken up when I'm sleeping. Last time, he woke me up by poking me until I woke up. It wasn't hard, it was just insistent. I hate being woken up when I am in a deep sleep. I told him that he needs to not make this a habit because if he wants a snack in the middle of the night, he can get it himself, and if he wants a rub, he should have asked before we went to bed. He thinks that I'm being the jerk because I don't drive and he has to wake up and bring me to work every day, Monday through Friday at around 7:15 a.m. I tried to say that waking up after 8 full hours is different than being woken up in the middle of the night. I can usually fall back to sleep faster afterwards, but sometimes, like tonight, I have trouble. He said it's because his back hurts, etc. He wants a rub to fall back to sleep, but didn't tell me that until tonight. I also sometimes wake him up with my snoring. Am I the jerk for not wanting to wake up in the middle of the night to make him a snack or give him a back rub when he has to wake up to take me to work in the morning? I feel like I'm the jerk because I didn't know that it was because his back hurt and to help him fall back to sleep. But at the same time, he's a grown man and can get his own midnight snack. I can answer the questions tomorrow, I guess. Today, since it's 4 a.m. now, and so I'm on mobile, so forgive any spelling or grammar issues. Edit. Thanks, everyone. I'm going to keep telling him no. This just started about a week ago, and I didn't do it every time. Last night, he wanted me to microwave his leftovers at 3 a.m., and I did it just so he would stop saying that he was hungry. I'm also going to stick to telling him no and not to do it. Edit 2, I get panic attacks when I drive. I'm thinking of getting a license at a driving school, but it's hard when they're so expensive. And I'm not sure how they would deal with panic attacks. And 3, he's not a cat. Thanks, everyone. I was standing my ground about not doing it, and I wanted to make sure that I was right. It's good to know that so many people agree with me. Chances are that he will try it again, and when I say no, he will stop. Or will stop now that we have had an argument about it. I don't plan on giving in to him being childish about this. I have to get back to work for now, but I appreciate everyone commenting. All right, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Well, seeing as he's not a cat, yeah, you're definitely not a jerk there. Like, I mean, I could understand a little bit more, cats getting up at 3 a.m. whining for food because they're cats. But your husband is an actual person who can presumably microwave his own leftovers.
Yeah, I mean, if he has opposable thumbs, and I mean, like, some people, it might actually be difficult for them to do that, and there might be extenuating circumstances on why someone might not be able to. But again, this doesn't sound like the case here, I think.
Right. I think OP would have mentioned it if there was any mobility issues. It's just he complains his back hurts, which lots of people have aches and pains and still microwave their own food.
Yeah. And I mean, I feel bad that he has a back issue, but again, he's taking his problem and turning it into OP's problem. And I think that I think that this is kind of one of those situations where having a third party kind of sit down and talk with them and having them work on their communication skills could go a long way, because it's really strange to me that he would feel like this was even acceptable to do. And his rationalization is, well, I have to wake up to take you into work. So you have to wake up at some point in time. Mm-hmm. So go to bed earlier so that you can accommodate your wife and work together as a team as
Right.
opposed to like working against her.
Well, and presumably her income benefits the household, whereas his midnight snacks and arm rubs benefit only him.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't think that OP is in the wrong here. So, anyhow, take care and good luck. All right, folks, our next letter is actually an update. So, a little while ago, we read one of the stories, and it was about someone who's invited their fiance's sister to the wedding, but no one wanted her there because she's mute, and they would refuse to believe that she was mute. We did have an update recently on this, but we do have another update in the form of a comment from OP. And OP says, "Hello everyone. People have been asking me for an update, and things have been busy. I've talked a lot, very much a lot, with Anne this past week, and fortunately the situation hasn't gotten any worse for her, but it also hasn't improved. We've been talking about getting her to live with me, but because she's a minor, just letting her stay here with me could cause problems if her parents decided to be spiteful and report me, because it could be seen as kidnapping, like I'm removing a minor from their legal guardian supervision. We'd been looking at options to remove that problem, and adoption came up, so I've been looking into that approach. At first, I looked at them just signing over custody to me, but apparently that's very difficult when I'm not family, and often only temporary. Because Anne wants it, I want it as well, and her parents would rather see her gone anyways. I sent them an email about it, and I think they agreed so quickly because then they wouldn't have any responsibility for Anne anymore. Legally, there's a lot to do to make it official, and it'll take a few months or longer, but because I have this now in writing, Anne will be moving in with me in June. It will be a bit hard at first, and I don't have any say in anything until the adoption is actually done, if it actually succeeds, so I can't register her at a different school or different hospital, but we'll make it work somehow. In the meantime, I'm trying to learn sign language so we can communicate better, so hopefully that'll go well too. For my ex-fiance, I haven't talked with him since I broke it off. He has sent me a lot of text messages about how unfair I'm treating him just because of someone that I barely know. But I've been ignoring them, though for some reason my brain keeps trying to make excuses to him to excuse his behavior. I'm feeling sad and a bit lost on how our relationship ended because I really thought I had found the one for me, but I guess he wasn't after all. I think I'll take a little bit of time to really process these feelings, and I guess I feel kind of betrayed. It's a strange feeling. Alright folks, what do you think of the update?
I mean, I'm really glad that Anne is going to be in a home where she's actually valued and appreciated. You know, it sounds like OP is doing everything she can to try and support her, and that's really awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's really good. It really seems like it's a positive development. So it's good to see that things are rolling here and that hopefully soon Anne will be in a household that's not abusive. Great win. So anyhow, take care and good luck. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got a beverage of choice right here. And Amber, she's got a book of choice.
What did the girl say when she tried to catch fog?
So, it's kind of a sad story. There was once this girl. She was friends with a cloud. And they used to play hide and seek early in the morning. And the cloud would often hide all day long when the sun came out to shine. And then one day, the cloud said to the little girl, "I'm going to have to go now, but it's been really fun playing hide and seek with you for all these years." And then the cloud slowly faded away, and the girl was reminded of the cloud every once in a while when she saw the morning fog. And so what she said to the cloud before it left was goodbye.
Darn, I missed. I like mine better. Yours is too sad.
A tragic story. Amber's like, "No, Brian, why?" And I have licorice spice. Amber's misting up a little bit. All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Tuesday, spelled T-O-W. Happy Tow's Day. Tow's Day. June's been writing Tow's Day in the comments, and I don't think she thought I caught on to her wily ways here. So happy Tow's Day. And Amber, we need some kind of moral guidance. Have it in the form of one of those quotes you would see on an inspirational poster.
With enough effort, you can get that 3 a.m. snack.
Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Bye.
My son is not a 31-year-old male. My girlfriend is a 30... Just diving straight into it. I'm a 31-year-old male, and my girlfriend's 29. And she of a girlfriend of... I started off with such great promise. I thought, this is it. One take.